Hi, I'm JC Shunky. Welcome to my video on the differences between RGB, CMYK, and spot colors. This is just a quick overview of the differences. It's not completely all-inclusive of like the science behind it, but I hope it's helpful for the casual artist or just anybody who is curious about the differences between these. The RGB color system just denotes red, green, and blue. Those are the main colors that are being used in combination to create every other color. So you can see the RGB color system used on any type of digital media, TV screens, computer monitors, phone screens, tablets, all those kinds of things. If it has a screen, it uses RGB colors. And basically what you need to know for RGB is if you create a document, so if you are working on something on Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, you want to make sure that if you are going to be showing that piece of artwork online, say a banner on your Etsy page or a banner for your YouTube account or your profile picture, or your say, you just made a logo and you're going to put it up on your website, all of those types of things. Basically, if it's going to be on the internet or seen on a screen, you want to save it in the RGB color system because that's what screens are going to be looking at. If you save it in CMYK, it's just not going to turn out right. The colors won't be the same colors in your digital file that you made. All right, and now onto the CMYK color system. That just denotes cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Because we already used B for blue, black is represented with a K in CMYK. So basically, CMYK is going to be used for anything that's going to be printed. So again, so you have your digital document, something that's in like, say, Photoshop or Illustrator or InDesign or what have you, and you are going to print it by yourself, or you're going to send it off to a professional printer. You want to save that file in CMYK. That's what the color mode should be, because that's how printers work. Printers can be a little more complicated than just your home printer with just those 4 colors. Even more like higher grade printers that can be used in the home might have even more colors added to them just to kind of give it a fuller range. I don't want to go into industrial printing presses, but basically some of them, it's easier for them to put all of, like, say, everything in magenta on a plate, and then it's going to print all of those, and it basically stacks them. And once you have all of them stacked, you have the magenta, cyan, yellow, and the black. All of those, when they're put together, they'll come out as full color. It's the same thing with like screen printing, if you know anything about that. But basically, if you send something to a printer, it doesn't matter really what kind of printer they're using, they're going to be printing in CMYK because it's just what printers do. All printers are like made to do that. Some other examples of things that you might get printed in CMYK include stickers, labels, business cards, flyers, just signs, signage, brochures, or all kinds of stuff. Things that you get printed. That's what is going to be in CMYK. Okay, so you've probably heard of the Pantone matching system. That is a brand, but what we're really talking about when people mention Pantone is spot colors. That's what that's called. Spot colors is the general term that's not branded. So spot colors are made, so like say Pantone, for example, they have swatch books and all these kinds of actual like printed examples that you can buy that will show you like this one particular blue, this one, this exact one is this code, and it's going to be some kind of Pantone code. And when you go to any printer and you give them that code to print your logo or whatever in, it will be exactly the same as that Pantone swatch that you have. And that is why Pantone is really well known. It's more of a graphic designer thing because it's not usually used by just a layperson or small businesses. The people that use Pantone colors are usually going to be bigger businesses, people that really care about how their identity comes across in all of their printed media, digital signage. They want it to be the same. Where a smaller business might not care if there's a slight difference in the color of their logo, because spot colors are a lot more expensive than just regular printing in CMYK, because when you order spot colors, someone has to sit down with a variety of paints and actually hand mix them to that exact color that you asked for. So that is why it's going to it should be like pretty close to the same wherever you get it printed. Whereas if you're just getting something printed in CMYK from a business, it might not look the same as, say, if you were to print the same thing at home with another type of printer. All printers are slightly calibrated differently, and so are monitors. Monitors are also calibrated differently. So it can lead some things like branding to look a little bit different depending on like who you're getting your prints from. But that is why Pantone is such a big business, because they will get it. They have a variety of colors that you can choose from to make for your logo and your brand and stuff. And it is always going to be accurate, or it should be like pretty accurate. Like the people that are mixing the paints, they're gonna make sure that it looks like the swatch, and they will have their own set of swatches and whatnot. Basically, when you do, if you do need to, you have a digital file and you need to set it to a Pantone. If you are in Adobe Illustrator, for example, you can go to, you can find the spot color swatches under swatch libraries, and then under that into color books, and they should have a variety of Pantone swatches to choose from. And let me see, so some additional information, some examples of things that you, like certain businesses and stuff might want to be in spot colors can include like their whole branding set, definitely the logo, possibly a lot of promotional items, like stickers, sunglasses, pens, bags, those like big banner signs and stuff like that. A lot of definitely promotional items that they're just giving away for free. They definitely do want those to be in, the color in their branding system so that you can recognize them. And yeah, so that's basically the difference between all of three. There's definitely more information out there on, you know, more about colors, more about how we perceive color. But I just want to give you guys a quick overview of the differences between these, just for, you know, maybe you decide to, you know, make a small business and whatnot from your art, and you don't really know the differences between these. So I hope this is a great guide to get you started. Thank you so much for watching my video. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more. I am hoping to bring out some more art-related materials and videos, some how-tos, and all of those things. Hopefully at least once a month. I don't know how often. All right, see you. Bye. Okay. Also, I forgot to mention, if you want to see my work that I do a variety of work. I do ceramics, graphic design, illustration. I do some painting. I'm kind of obsessed with paint currently, watercolors. If you want to see what I do, you can check out my work on my website at callieandco.com or my Instagram at callieandco. There will be a link in the description, and also links to all of the images that I used in the video. So thank you. Bye.